three-game homestand kicks off Saturday afternoon at Scott Stadium for the UVA football team. The Wahoo's a big favorite over North Carolina. Going into that game, we are joined, as we are every week, by the ball hawk, Ahmad Hawkins. And for starters, I'm sure you don't mind hearing that the Hoos are a big favorite against those Tar Heels, one of your favorite teams.
Yeah, one of my yeah, right. It's a rivalry, man, and it's good to finally, receive some love from the media and from the bettors. Because the Hoos been working hard, but nothing changes for us as far as practice and preparing for UNC. They might be 1-5, but they are a very dangerous 1-5 team, and we don't overlook anybody with the way our program's been over the past couple of years.
Now, as we mentioned at the top, this starts a three-game homestand. You got Carolina, and then Pitt, and then Liberty. 5-2 right now. I know a lot of people are saying, don't forget, we were 5-1, 5-2 last year, but to me, it's a different set of circumstances. What do you think about that mentality?
I look at the mentality. I respect the mentality of, how we didn't finish last year. And I think that's a great mantra to keep these kids focused this year, and the coaching staff. Well, I know the coaching staff is focused, but to keep this team focused and not looking ahead, as you said, with the teams we have here and we're at home, it looks very favorable for us to have up to 8 wins going into Georgia Tech, if I did my math right. So, yeah. But last year, how we wasn't able to finish is a good way of keeping us humble.
A good reminder.
Definitely a good reminder.
Now, during last weekend's game at Duke, at one point you called Bryce Hall on Twitter one of the elite cornerbacks in the country. We saw in one of your walkthroughs earlier this season, you went into the film room with him and the work he does in there. What do you think of the way he has played his way into that elite status at corner?
Well, it's almost like a Cinderella story because he wasn't highly touted. He was just a 2-star recruit. He was more of a receiver. They asked him to move the defensive back, and he embraced the position. He embraced the work that it took to be elite. He embraced all the old heads like myself and Tony Covington, just sharing little jewels with him and understanding that we wasn't critiquing him in a negative sense, but wanting to see the best for him. And it's showing now at the right time. It's all about hitting your greatness at the right time when your team really needs it. And he's just playing at a high level. And I say he's becoming that elite defensive back that everybody is taking notice to. And the play that made him more famous is actually an effort play. And you usually don't see effort plays for a guy of his caliber.
Miami.
Yes, exactly.
Now, offensively, you've been a Jordan Ellis guy for a long time. His status still in question for Saturday's game. What do you think of the guys they have behind him? PK Kier, Lamont Atkins, a couple of second-year guys who have been putting in their work too.
Those guys, iron sharpens iron, and those guys have been knocking on his heels ever since he became a starter last year. They're very capable. PK Kier has looked real great the past 2 spring showcases, and then Atkins is very formidable on the outside.
He's a little different than PK
he's a little different. Yep, and then you have the Swiss Army knife and Chris. So it's just showing you how good Jordan is that they're not playing. That's how good Jordan Ellis is, because those guys are special in their own right, and we have depth at that position. So hopefully Jordan is there, and even if Jordan plays, demonstrate that those guys can be implemented to the game plan also.